So hello everyone and welcome to Guys 3D. This is a channel where I'm going to discuss my experience with 3D printing, the machines that I have, reviews, tips, tricks, this sort of thing. So if you like the sound of that, hit subscribe. There's definitely going to be some more content coming. But today we're going to talk about the Bambu Labs A1 Mini. It's powerful, it's compact, and it's shaked up the industry a bit. But is there better options for you out there, especially at the moment? The first impressions when I took it out of the box, it feels really sturdy. It's not a very big unit, but it's heavy. It's got some weight, but everything that's important is made of metal, really, really solid, which really impressed me, especially for my first 3D printer. Getting it set up was mega easy. I literally undid 2 screws, plugged it in, loaded up Bambu Studio, and it was done. The SD card, there's already prints on there. So what I was doing while I was setting up Bambu Studio, I just had it printing a scraper and a benchy, just for fun. So as far as unboxing experience and getting it set up, it is way better than I expected. So that's a big plus. So let's talk about features and specifications. It's a pretty small print bed at about 180 millimeters. I've not had any issues getting anything on there, but I think if you're wanting to do cosplay, things that are bigger, helmets, things like that, worth considering. It runs really fast, up to 600 millimeters per second. You're never really going to hit that. You're usually around 200, 300, but it looks fast. And it prints things really quickly. A benchy on there is about 16 and a half minutes. It prints ultra smooth, not really had any issues, especially with just me messing with PLA. You get really nice, high quality prints straight from it without having to adjust anything. One extra thing I want to mention is how loud it is. So I was expecting it to be loud, to be honest. But if you let it do its calibration, which takes 45 minutes or so, it actually reduces the sort of decibels it's on by quite a lot. So I think it's measuring around 50 to 60 decibels, which sounds like a lot, but with me, I have it just behind me over here. And I don't really hear it, especially if I have headphones on, which is really, really good. And again, something I would not expect from this price range. So if it's going to be in a home, it's going to be in an office, it's kind of a no-brainer for just the fact that it isn't going to be a super annoying background noise the entire time. Another big part of it is the software. So Bambu Studio, Bambu Cloud, Bambu Handy, they're all massive parts of what makes this 3D printer so good. They've absolutely nailed it with the slicing software. I use Orca Slicer sometimes, but most of the time I just use Bambu Studio. You can literally go on the website or just go through the application, pick what you want to print, click hit print, and it just does it. You can do it in about 3 clicks, which is obscene. It then sends the print over the cloud to your machine. You don't have to be there. You don't have to click anything. It does its own thing, which is really, really cool. And it definitely gets addictive when you're just kind of printing, making lists, making collections. And I have a list of about 300 things I want to print now. And I don't think I'll ever get through it. The integration, I think, is what makes it so good. It just works. When you're setting it up, the machine turns up, you click it, you let it connect, it does all this stuff itself. You just sign into your account, it links it all together, and you're done. So from a convenience perspective, it's really, really good. I remember a couple of years ago, everything still had to be done through SD cards, passing it backwards and forwards through a PC. And now just being able to do everything through the cloud, it is so good. Now, the most important part for a lot of people, it's the print quality, it's the performance. So how does it print? Short answer, very good. Long answer, very good. But you have to really trust the settings that you have and trust that the people that have done the model and done the print profiles are also doing a good job. But most of the time, it's good, especially through Maker World. So if you're picking a print, it's usually pretty high quality, using a 0.2 layer height, 0.16 layer height, 2 interior walls, using some good supports. You'll get a really nice, really crisp print from it every time. That's nothing to do with the printer. That's more to do with profiles. So really, the printer has caused me no issues. I think there was one time that I had a layer shift that ended up pooping a bunch of filament everywhere. But I've probably done 60, 70 prints, and that's happened once. So as far as reliability so far in this first month, I think it's really good. To give a visual example, here's a model that I kind of designed myself, a little coaster. And if you look at it, it is super smooth. I've not done anything here with the layers so much. There's one layer shift you see here in this line, but that's actually more a software thing in my profile. But in general, it's really nice, really, really very smooth. You can barely see the lines here. I'm just super impressed. And when it comes to tolerances of things, as all 3D printers are, that's kind of the benefit. You're able to print things with screws, things with specific holes, things with very specific items, and it'll nail it every single time with the perfect dimensions and the perfect snug fit, which is exactly what you want, especially for those more functional prints. So, to wrap up, pros and cons. Here's the pros. Compact, stylish design, excellent print quality, beginner-friendly software, quiet operation, and kind of dummy-proof in general, especially me as a certified dummy. You really can't mess up that badly at all, which is great. So here's the cons. Definitely you need to think about the print size. You definitely have to think about the build plate volume. It is pretty small. It's kind of the size of my big hand vertically. I'd say 95% of what I've printed, it's fit no problem. But for certainly things like storage units, when you think about Gridfinity, it's definitely more convenient to have that bigger space if you're doing things that are broken into lots of different parts. And also, especially with the news at the moment, it is a closed ecosystem. So if you are a person that wants to tinker, you're a person that wants to upgrade, you're a person that really wants to mess with the software and the nitty gritty, you might have to look for different options, because I think Bambu right now, and especially over time, are going to start keeping it closed, keeping the ecosystem small, where everything's kind of in their control. That means quality is high. That means dummies can use it. But if you are someone that wants to experiment, someone that wants to push the limits of this printer, you're going to have problems. So my final thoughts, I would say the Bambu A1 Mini is mega impressive. For the price, it does insane stuff. It has incredible print quality. It can do everything you want it to do. It will last forever. It's built super well. I think you can't really go wrong with any Bambu machine, and the Mini being the cheapest version is still amazing. It's perfect for beginners, amateurs, professionals, anyone that wants really stable quality in their prints. So if you're in the market for a compact 3D printer that doesn't compromise on quality, the A1 Mini is for you. But if you want something with a bigger volume, definitely go for the A1. If you want to go for something that can really experiment with lots of different filaments, the P1S is where you're looking at. But we'll talk about that another time. So that's my initial thoughts after 1 month with the A1 Mini. If you have any questions, any ideas, anything you want to know about this machine or anything to do with 3D printing, drop it in the comments. I'll try my best to reply or make another video about it. All right. Have a good day, guys. See ya.